All right, folks, gird your loins here. This is where it gets a little cray-cray, where we start to do some two-step trig problems. Your mind is about to be blown. So, things are almost always the same here. The big difference in this lesson is you're going to need to set up and solve two trig ratios to get an answer to the problem. So, first, again, as always, you need to label the diagram, but this time you need to do so very carefully because you're going to have diagrams with 2 or 3 triangles in them. Remember, you're only using the right triangles. It's terrible handwriting there. You still need to label them, like I said, very carefully with opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, all of that stuff. But you're going to have to do it twice. You're going to need to do it once for one triangle and then again for the other triangle. And they might be like on top of each other / overlapping. So it might be a little cray. You still need to then figure out which trig ratio to use, sine, cosine, tangent, whatever, based on what you're looking for. Except you're going to have to do it twice. You're going to need to figure out it twice. Same thing as last time. If you're missing the angle, you need to use that inverse trig function using the second button. If you are missing a side, you're going to use your cross multiplication. And there's also one more further step involved. As if doing two trig ratios isn't hard enough, you're going to need to do a final step by either adding or subtracting your answers from those two trig ratios. And that is going to make a whole much more sense once we jump into an example and you try some practice problems on your own. Your 3 ratios, as we've been talking about for the past 8 lessons now, sine, cosine, and tangent, that SOHCAHTOA acronym with your opposite, hypotenuse, and adjacent. My hair's a little cray-cray. And last but not least, as if we've talked about it 15 times, if you're using a graphing calculator only, not if you're using the one for middle school, that one's okay, but you need to make sure that it's in degree mode, not radian. We will jump into the first couple examples next.